What's your name, buddy? Are you here to buy some medicine?
Are you lost?
No, I'm not.
Hey there, Chi-Chi. Hi, Gray. What's going on?
Hi, traveler.
You've actually come at the perfect time. This little boy seems to have gotten himself lost.
No, listen to me. I'm not the one who's lost.
Your dad? How does a fully grown...
Well, my dad's always been kind of forgetful. In the past...
So...
She went out a few days ago to gather some herbs for my dad, but she still... I remembered that the owner of Boo Boo Pharmacy always runs a clinic in Chingsa Village during the Lantern Ride. So I thought, when we got to the city gate, I took a moment to ask the Millith guards for directions to the pharmacy. I asked the Millith guys to go find him, but he said they won't be able to send that many people.
You came to the right place. We're pros at finding people. Isn't that...
Junction can help. She had...
Hey, who's talking about me behind my...
Cheng, Chi-Chi meant that as a compliment. Hello, child. You mentioned that you were looking for the owner of Boo Boo...
You have a talking snake? Oh, are you Uncle Baiju?
Uncle
Cheng, now's not the time. My dear boy, could you tell me more about your father's condition?
Yes, Doctor.
I see. And your family lives near Chingsa Village, you say? I visit...
Uh-huh. My mom doesn't like meeting other people, especially
Is that so? Ayu? By any chance, is your mother's name Jia?
Whoa, yeah, it is.
I certainly do. Gui, Chi-Chi, Ayu's parents are old acquaintances of mine. So I would very...
Don't forget us two. We already told Ayu that we'd help.
Oh, really? Well, that's wonderful.
Chi-Chi and I need to clear up the shop front first, but once that's taken...
Family is very important.
Thank you. Then I'll leave you to handle the pharmacy. Traveler, Paimon, why don't you come with me and Ayu?
They searched to the north, but couldn't find anyone who matched the...
Well, that complicates things. The city folks say...
Excuse me, sirs. Have you found out anything about my dad?
Hey there, buddy. Dr. Bob...
The boy asked for our help, so we're here to join the search.
Oh, thank goodness. We were just discussing how we're... As for updates... I'm sorry to say.
The guards at the crossing up ahead said they hadn't seen anyone either. So we don't believe he was...
Luhua Pool? The terrain there can be tricky to navigate. Let's hope he hasn't run into any trouble.
You will? Oh, great.
Sorry we weren't able to find your dad, buddy.
That's okay. Thank you for trying. Dad! Dad, can you hear me?
There's somebody over... Oh no, it's... Hey, you! Stop! Don't go any further!
Dear customer, Wangsheng Funeral Parlor does appreciate your pay. Huh?
Dad!
Hey, Hu Tao!
My, who do we have here? My worst nightmare.
I see she's still...
Thank you, Director.
Dad, are you okay? Do you recognize me?
You're...
Your name is Xiao Liang, and you live just west of Qingce Village. You were...
My name is Jia Liang.
Uh-oh. He seems in really bad shape. We need to get him back to Boo Boo Pharmacy. Sorry, Hu Tao. Gotta dash. Dinner's on us next...
Hold on a second. You're not seriously thinking of taking him to Boo Boo
Huh? Why not? What's...
Come on, Baiju. Don't tell me you haven't noticed it. Why do I get the sense that you spotted them right away, but you're planning to use...
Use what? What are you talking about?
There are traces of god remains in Jiali.
Yes, but more importantly, they're on the verge of an outburst.
Paimon, sorry. What?
God...
There's no need to worry, Direct. It is the sworn duty of all who practice medicine to cure illnesses, and besides, it was my late master's dying wish to be able to save this
Now you're bringing my great-uncle into this?
merely to cure this man, nothing more.
Oh, really? I thought I was persona non grata at Boo Boo Pharmacy. Okay, deal. We're not gonna solve anything by... I'm happy to do it your way, but... Oh,
You must be pleased you brought the traveler along.
Well, time is of the essence. Let's get ourselves back to Boo Boo Pharmacy at once. Blockages within the cardiovascular. I see. I suppose this must have caused the cognitive...
Dr. Baiju? How bad is it?
Don't you worry. Baiju's a really great doctor.
Ayu, do you know when your father first started?
I'm not sure. He's been like this for as long...
So it's been a long time indeed. No, I have a treatment plan in mind. Come and see me again tomorrow morning. I promise that by then, Ayu...
Thank you, Dr. Baiju.
If you still have any misgivings, Director Who, please feel free to hang around.
However, it would be best if you step outside this room.
yes. Of course, absolutely. I'll just go and...
See you tomorrow, Baiju and Chung Chung.
Bye for now, everyone.
Are you ready, Baiju?
Ready as I'll ever be.
All's well that ends well. You know, Paimon's kind of curious after hearing Baiju mention those... Yeah, you must be curious too, right? Let's go...
While I'm idling time on admiring the scenery, the spectacled snake-bedecked docks do... Hello, you busy bees, and what do you... Actually, don't tell me. Let me guess.
Guilty as charged. Oh, and also, how come you and Baiju could...
Huh? I thought I told you once before. Wangsheng Funeral Parlor was first... Well, it is a dusty old tale by this point. Long story. These days, we don't deal with the wrath of the gods anymore, but...
Okay, Paimon gets it now.
Almost certainly from his master. who was also my great-uncle.
Wow, fancy that! Huh.
According to my grandpa, he and my great-uncle once... That pharmacist must have cast some sort... My grandpa had a huge argument with him, so my grandpa inherited the funeral parlor, while my great-uncle stayed...
Funeral director to doctor is a pretty big career change.
If he had just become a regular doctor, there would have been no issue. But according to my grandpa, the pharmacist they met had a very, and on top of that, the kind of medicine practiced in the Chenyu Vale tradition.
In what way?
Don't know. My grandpa didn't know the specifics, and you've seen how we're... But even that says to me that one thing I do know about Baizhu is that he's obsessed with the idea of immortality. But whether... Anyway, so I will be sticking around here for now to keep a close...
After all that, it seems like we have more questions than answers. Never mind. We'll just have to ask Baizhu himself about all of this tomorrow. It's a new day! Let's go back to Boo Boo Pharmacy and check out how Jia Liang is doing.
Dad! Dad, you remember me!
Yes, I remember now. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Don't worry, Dad. I got the Adventurers Guild to help us look for her. And Dr. Baizhu's gonna help too. Right now...
Great. That's wonderful. I can't thank you enough, Dr. Baizhu.
My pleasure, really. It's the least I can do to honor my late master's dying wish.
Not at all, Dr. Baizhu. It's only because
You're still in the early stages of recovery.
I suggest you stay at Boo Boo Pharmacy.
Director Who, do you have any further reservations?
It seems like the evil presence is... But... How did you accomplish...
That would be a trade. Though I regret to say that Boo Boo Pharmacy cannot offer to...
Oh, come on, Baizhu. I'm not that...
I've been stuck indoors for too long.
Yes, of course. Everyone, please excuse...
Suffering now, are we? Did you seriously expect to cover it up? But in any case, why must you keep this a secret from everybody?
Who's there?
Ah!
Why did you follow us here? Oh, it's nothing. I just needed to get some...
What did I just say about putting up Traveler? Paimon. The truth, instead, he transferred some of his own life force. Baizhu, can you please explain?
My predecessors in medicine forged a contract with Changsheng. Every successor to this contract is... I believe the irregularities with Jialiang's heart meridian were... The poison has not been purged from Jialiang's system. Rather, I infused him...
Changsheng? You can do that? Huh. Hey, I'll have you know that I commanded the respect of even the Adepti. I was treating patients with Baiju's master's master. Whoa. Guess you shouldn't judge...
Please, that's enough.
Wait a sec. Who was saying that the branch of medicine you studied...
Hardly. Changsheng helps to keep my chi in balance, so there is no...
Still, Baiju's life force is not unlimited. Traveler, Paimon, would you lend this dummy a hand? Baiju, Don't you think you should seize this opportunity?
And thank you, Traveler and Paimon.
Paimon doesn't think we've seen this side of you, but there's no need to thank.
The poison in Jialiang's system must have accumulated over a prolonged... Yes. I asked Ayu this morning before you arrived. Let's head there together once I've asked Gui and Chi, as well as investigating Jialiang's exposure to the poison.
Whoa! There's a house all the way out here?
Nor have I. And I've hosted clinics at Chingsa Village many times.
Oh, that reminds Paimon. We meant to ask earlier, but it's...
She was indeed. We studied medicine together under the same master. She is several years older than I and also began her travels far...
Supposedly, she met an herb gatherer Wait, Changsheng, are you saying...
Jiang Li did occasionally come back to Chenyu Vale to see our master. The last time she visited us, she and master had some sort of quarrel.
Quarrel? What happened? I don't know. I did not witness...
Nor did master ever explain it to me. All he would...
Oh, so that's why you went to...
No. Even if my master had never said anything, it would...
Paimon never knew you were so selfless, Baiju.
So a few words from me is enough to dispel all your suspicions?
What the... Okay, that was the most...
Let's leave the idle chatter there for now. Let's split up. But if anyone finds any...
Traveler, Paimon, come quick! What is this?
Changsheng and I found a hidden compartment. This is what was hidden in...
You sense it too? You're right. Is it breathing?
No. Your eyes do not deceive you. I do believe some toxins act a lot like living organisms. I read about this once in The Origins and Symptoms of Diseases. If it's a concoction of this kind we're dealing with, then both the poison in Jialiang's system and this...
Offshoots? So, the main...
Correct. Whoever is administering the poison can manipulate the source to indirectly control...
The call of the... Wait. So...
Only one thing could have been drawing him there. The source of the...
This is getting crazier and crazier. Hey! Why has everyone gone quiet all of a sudden? Since this poison was carefully hidden away in a secret compartment. You mean... Jialiang? Why would he poison him? Think a little harder, Paimon. Someone else... Huh? So you're saying... It was Jiang... Wait, but...
I agree. It makes little sense.
Look at the facts, though. How many people in the entirety...
It's too early to draw any conclusions. We should question Jia Liang. Yes. According to the origins and symptoms of diseases, the minor loads will disappear So if we can find and destroy the source of these god... Do you know anything about god remains in Chingsa village?
Even the history books have no record of this. Didn't you used to be on good terms with the Adepti, though? You sure they didn't... Well,
Changsheng's memories and powers are not what they were in her prime. These days, she has to enter a contract with a mortal and share their life force just...
Whoa. What? Enter a contract? Hey, plenty of people would jump at the chance to join forces with my assistance in rebalancing your chi. Not only can you... Stronger and healthier? Baiju, maybe when you retire, you can let Paimon sign a...
Unfortunately, Changsheng's contract has strict requirements regarding the host's temperament. None of her hosts...
Temperament? Hey! What? Ugh, Paimon's mad! You're getting ugly nicknames, both of you! Baiju, you're... This is exactly why your natural temperament...
All right, everybody, calm down. Back to the matter at...
With how antisocial they are? If it were up to... What?
Seems you're as well connected...
Oh. If you're talking about who Paimon thinks you're talking about, you better do the honor.
You called?
Gets Paimon every time. Aren't all Adepti...
Well, this is unexpected.
Huh? It's...
Baiju of Boo Boo Pharmacy. The lantern rite when we met briefly. I was unaware of your true identity.
Huh? You two already know...
Our paths have crossed once before. I sense the presence of evil spirits. Is this why you called me? Too often, fervent desires drive mortals. I now know what you seek. It is true, a vile monster known as the Ch once wrought. The land was finally cleansed of poison when Rex Lapis used statues in his likeness. The seal is still mostly intact, if the Ch is the source. However, its aura is faint and barely detectable. I do not like to intervene against mortals unless but when demonic forces are involved. I do not wish to sway decisions that are mortals to make. Immortality may not be the blessing that you imagine it.
I shall treasure your words of instruction.
Farewell.
What a strange Adeptus. Rather different from... That's Chương for ya! And thanks to him, we finally got...
If the god remains are leaking from underground, Jiangli must be paying a visit to a
Master, there's a problem.
Wait? Did you run all the way from Boo Boo Pharmacy?
What happened? Don't panic. Just catch your breath.
It's Jiaoliang. He was fine one minute and then he suddenly...
Already? How? Based on past experience, he should...
It seems that my worth... Everyone, back to Boo Boo Pharmacy now.
Violet grass is a plant that enjoys a moist environment and is best picked after it rains. If you should choose to pick any, be sure to store them appropriately.
Dad, what's wrong?
Don't be scared. Dr. Baishu will be...
How is he doing?
Dr. Baiju, you're back! My dad was doing fine earlier.
When Gui left, he...
Gui, please take Jialiang to the back room.
Yes, of course.
Don't worry, Ayu. I will cure your father.
Baishu's not gonna use Changsheng's secret art again, is he? Is there really no other way to save Jialiang?
How are you feeling, Dad? Are you still hurting anywhere?
Much better, Ayu. I'm feeling much better. Wait, where's...
Master said he needed to take a quick rest and asked me to bring you out of the treatment room. He hasn't emerged yet, so he must still be resting.
Oh, really? Well, he must be... I don't know how I can begin to repay him for saving my life. Speaking...
No, the Adventurers Guild hasn't gotten back to me yet.
I'll come with...
Don't forget what Master said. You're still not out of the woods yet, Jiali.
Though, on the bright side, this means...
Traveler, Baiju hasn't shown his face ever since he went in to treat... Huh? Hey, wait up!
Huh?
You're finally awake?
There was no time. I had no other choice. Jiang Li's design is quite brilliant. She...
So, how much longer do you think... They've been outside waiting for you the whole time while you were...
Oh.
Surely he hasn't. There's no... Who's talking behind our backs again? Ah! Baiju! Changsheng!
Of course. There's no need to be...
Jialiang seemed fine yesterday. Why did he need...
I... made an error, and as a result, his life force...
What? You mean, even if you...
Yes. But more pertinent, Jialiang has a rare congenital heart condition, and though it was created from God remains.
Had he not taken it all these years, he
Still, using poison to... Moreover, the longer he relied upon this...
That explains why Ayu said his dad has been getting worse.
God remains are extremely dangerous to be around. Because humans have no natural... I fear that the situation is just as that adept...
I never suspected that even Zhang Li would turn to sacrifice one's own life to save others. To go beyond human means and...
Well, I think that it's too... In any case, I have stabilized Jialiang's condition for now. Her regular exposure to God remains over and given that she's already been missing for several days, I am fearing the worst.
It's me, Traveler, Dr. Baiju.
It's Jialiang!
Dr. Baiju, please, you've already done so much for my family. I can no longer just... After all, if it wasn't for me, she wouldn't have had to put herself in harm's way in the first place. I'm sure I'll be able to remember. I know there's a spot where she says goodbye to me every time she goes...
Be careful. If you get too agitated, your blood pressure...
No! We're out of time before I forget everything again.
This trip will be extremely dangerous, and there is a
I never expected to live this long in the first place. There's only one thing I fear now, and that's that I'll forget her again before we...
Very well.
Dr. Baiju, are you heading out?
Yes. This could be a long one. Please add an extra measure of mistgrass pollen and one...
Doctor...
Hop to it now. And remember to be careful with...
Okay.
It's just like the day I went missing. It's as if...
The Mother Lode's influence is growing stronger. But is it because... Jialiang, can you sense which direction the sword...
I think it's... this way. Yes, I'm sure of it. I feel a dull ache in my heart. This must be the way. This place feels familiar. I think I've been here before.
There is an inauspicious
I think I remember this place.
Jialiang, are you okay?
No, I have to keep going. Then let...
This place gives... The digging marks here appear amateur. A thieves' tunnel? Paimon had...
Judging by the tools they left behind, it's... But why did they abandon this place without even stopping?
I remember now. She took me here once and told me that... But she... she said that the method would...
Easy, Jialiang. Come on. A bitter pill to swallow.
The doctor will see you.
A bitter pill to swallow.
The doctor will see you now.
This is nothing. A bitter pill to swallow. Taking a turn for the better. Mind the side effects. A bitter pill to swallow.
Whoa, there's a sensor here. Those treasure hoarders sure made themselves at home.
I believe this sensor was used to burn a monster-repelling incense.
A monster repelling incense?
The incense was burned several days ago. If I had to guess, no doubt an encounter with the very same entity was what... After them, Jiang Li was the next person.
That's right. This sensor, it belongs... This is where... I told Jiang Li to get...
Jiang!
I'm fine. Let's keep going. I can feel it. She... I can feel it. We're getting close. We're almost there. It's right up ahead. The place where we made a pact together to...
Aha! We can keep going now.
From the looks of it, the energy released by this mechanism can not only clear barriers, but also be conducted by corresponding mechanisms. Perhaps it's something we can make use of. Mind the side effects.
doctor will see you.
Seems like an emergency.
I'm going in! A round of applause! And voila!
Mind the side effects. Mind the side effects. Yeah.
Stabilize! Everybody stand back!
Seems like an emergency. A bitter pill to swallow. Yeah.
The doctor will see you now.
Mind the side effects.
Solidify! Bow your head.
Zhongli!
Look out! There's a monster next to her!
The god remains must have lured them here. Watch my back.
The doctor will see you now.
This is order. Here comes the finale. Now disappear!
Be sanctified. Silence! Gather! Settle down!
Dr. Baiju, how serious is it?
I can still feel a pulse, but her condition is quite grave. The god remains here are encroaching on her cognition. If we don't eliminate it soon, then even if we...
Then what are we waiting for? Let's just... It's not as simple as that. Don't you the poison within Jialiang's body is in... If the source is purged, the poison in... and the poison within Jialiang's body... Oh no.
Indeed. If the god remains here are purged...
I wondered when this day might come.
Wait! But we've all been working our butts off to save Jialiang's life, Baiju. You're a great doctor, sure?
You could continue to take the poison, which would buy you some time.
It appears to me that she was striving to concoct your medicine for you.
Dr. Baiju, give it to me straight.
The god remains have reached her internal organs. Under ordinary circumstances, I would give her less than 3
But what would be... Dr. Baiju, I'm all too aware that if I continue to sustain my own life using this wretched substance, not only would you... I know for a fact that I should have died over a decade ago. If my choice can bring Jiangli back...
Jialiang?
After cheating death... Traveler, Dr.
Of course.
Thank you, everyone. And I'm sorry.
Jialiang?
I am sure that over the years, Jiangli will have tried all the conventional
Mortals are fated to grow old and pass on when their natural lifespan... What a crazy situation! Jiangli risked it all to save Jialiang's life, and now...
I've seen many final farewells in my time.
In the human realm, all things must come to an at least. That's what generations...
The path they chose was indeed a heroic one. But when I think of those who... I cannot help but think that theirs are the lot.
When all this began, we agreed that once... If you could only see him now. So, I know that you'll both... I've said my goodbyes. My time...
As you wish.
It will eat away at both your cognition and your memories.
I'll take it. At the very...
Mom, something's really wrong with Dad.
Don't fret, Ayu. I will gather some medicinal...
Why would these memories come to mind now? The longer we live... Oh, how I would love to hear...
Jialiang! 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 Jialiang!
Dad, are you awake?
Didn't I... Huh? What are...
How does it feel to come back to life?
Do you feel strange or different in any way?
If Dr. Baiju, I...
Die? You did indeed.
I'm a zombie?
That's right. Before we set off, I asked Chi-Chi to prepare an elixir of course, this is but a crude imitation of an Adeptus art, whether it will keep you alive for a few days, a few months, or a few years. But, however long you have left, I believe it should be more than sufficient time for you to say your final goodbyes before departing.
An elixir of immortality? How'd you cook that up? Ugh. Leave it.
It's a work in progress that hardly lives up to its name, and it would have had no effect. In the end, I am merely a doctor. I understand very little of the... All I know is that if I'm presented with a life that deserved... And even this would have counted for nothing without Director Who's...
Oops. And...
Without Director Who nudging things in the right direction, we may not have found you...
No wonder he didn't mention the elixir back then.
Director Who told me to keep her
Never.
All I wanted was to help Jialiang find his missing wife as soon as possible, so that he could be on... Leave it to Boo Boo Pharmacy to snatch the perfect opportunity, right? One Chi-Chi was enough of a conundrum. The last thing I need's another one.
You stay away from my dad! When I grow up, I'm gonna become...
Oh, is that right? Well, you wouldn't be the first person who's... Traveler, Paimon, I'll catch you all another...
All's well that ends well. If you ask Paimon, at times like this, a group...
It feels like it was a whole lifetime ago when I last talked with you.
Yay! Paimon can't wait! Alright, first things first, off...
Wait up! I'll come too!
Baizhu, thank you.
Don't mention it, Jiangli. I was just...
Just your duty, huh? Baizhu. Time flies. It's been so long since we bade each other farewell in Chenyu Vale. Changsheng, you're the same as ever. You haven't changed one bit.
You, on the other hand, have changed a lot.
You're right. My younger self would have never imagined that things would one day turn out this way. Or that you'd turn out this way, Baizhu. I've taken a look at your elixir of immortality.
I have to say, Jiangli, it was a stroke of genius to...
No, not at all. With your intellect, but I'm still impressed by how quickly you managed to gain such a Not just that. You even managed to improve... Baizhu, be honest with me.
Huh. Told you the truth with certainty.
Life force isn't the only thing that Changsheng's
Nothing gets past you, Jiangli. You are correct. Besides life force, Changsheng's secret... When I treated Jialiang for the second time, I transferred some of the poison from his body into my own. Not only did this... There is no need to worry about any long-term consequences to my health, however.
But you took such a huge risk. If we hadn't destroyed... What am I saying? The reason I left our master and went into hiding all those years ago. But in the end, how were my methods any different? Are all disciples of Chenyu Vale destined to turn out this way?
We are doctors, Jiangli. We ought never say...
Baizhu, I can tell that, over the years, you've used the contract with... Can you still stop before it's too late?
I think you know the answer, Jiangli. Every one of us from Chenyu...
Hey! Food's ready!
Mom! Come and join us! The Traveler taught me a load of new recipes and said he...
Yes, darling. Mom will be there in just a second. Hey, Baiju. I know I won't be able to convince you, but Chi-Chi, Gui, and all the friends who have grown fond...
There's no need to worry, Jiangli.
I can...
Baiju, what did Jiang Li mean by not... Every single mortal I've ever contracted with. Wait, that doesn't make any sense.
It is a...
Long ago, when plagues ravaged the land, one doctor made a pledge to rid the world of pain and suffering. But even the most ingenious mortal medicine could not stay the tide of disease. And after working tirelessly for many years, even his dearest loved ones fell sick and bade their final farewell. Legends told of an herb lord in Chenyu Vale who could cure any illness known to mankind. The doctor sought the herb lord, but found only a white snake, its breathing weak and its power all but spent.
Sign this contract and let our lives be joined. Then I will impart to you the secret art of healing. But be warned, this art will harm your own health.
With means beyond human ken, the doctor could now reverse the process of death. And yet, the time still came to say goodbye. Only now, the one departing was the doctor, his life force spent. His final act in life was to pass on the contract to his final patient, his favorite disciple. The disciple chose to dedicate their life to saving the lives of others. And generation upon generation followed in these footsteps. Since I inherited this contract, I've always respected the path taken by my predecessors, and followed it myself unquestioningly. That is until I tried to use the art to save my own disciple's beloved. She begged me not to use up my own life force. She said that this art is a poison chalice, an evil and unnatural practice. She did not wish to sacrifice one life for the sake of another, when both were lives she treasured. Only then did it occur to me. Did I not suffer when my master passed away, just as patients' families do at their loved one's deathbed? Are not the lives cut short by this contract just as worthy of saving as any patient's? What is this contract to us? Medicine or poison? Alas, I no longer have enough time left to find the answer. I entrust to your care both Changsheng and this final question. May you find a remedy for this conundrum, which has ailed us so.
Time and again, no matter how much I try to warn them or balance their chi, I can never save them. And you? What's your answer?
If I abandoned the contract and left you without a host, what would happen?
I suppose I'd spend my final moments taking a nice nap on Mount Yaojun. Then I'd be reunited with my old friends and your predecessors.
Then it's decided. If there's a life in front of me that deserves to be saved, why shouldn't I do everything within my power to save it?
Once again, it's the same answer. So be it. Close your eyes. Who knows how many more people will take on this contract?
None. This contract will end with me.
contract has strict requirements on the host's natural temperament.
But when one with an altruistic nature gains access to this, though they know better than anyone else the fate that awaits them, when faced with the sorrows of humanity, they are like moths that throw themselves into the flame, seeking a glimmer of hope in a dark...
So, Baiyu, does that...
I suppose that would make me a moth that yearns for... Changsheng's art can transfer pain and suffering between people, but it cannot reduce the total amount of pain in the world. I have nothing but the utmost respect for my predecessors, who sacrificed their lives for their...
Huh? But, didn't you
What makes a poison, poison? And what makes it... If disease is defined as deviation from normal functioning, then who knows? Many may view the notion of searching for immortality in poisons and illnesses as a flagrant violation of the natural... I don't want those who come after me to lose their lives to this contract. Precisely. I will be Changsheng's final host.
Even the gods of old struggle to achieve true immortality.
But isn't one... For a selfish moth like me, who's afraid of the flame yet yearns...
For one?
Dr. Baiju, Traveler! What are you still chatting about? The food's...
We also have coconut milk.
Okay, fine. Let's go grab some food. Paimon has a bunch of burning questions, but they can wait till after we've eaten. I do envy Paimon sometimes.
True. And yet... Are such things as these not precisely...